demonstrate how to tend the edge, and in this scenario this is not a vertical scenario. I'm only approaching the edge, or I'm on low angle, so I'm not weighting the rope fully. So there is a difference there between how these devices are going to work. So this is going to be on one of the lines. This will be my backup. This is the ISC rocker. Does need to be unclipped to get it into the rope. That swivels open, and then you can see a small little man in there, or woman, with their hands up, and that just gets pulled forward, loaded onto the rope, like so. And then this gets clipped into there and locked. Okay. And then next on the other line, I'm going to have the ISC D4 that I will use to get myself out to the edge, and then also to come back with. So this is awesome because it doesn't have to be taken off of the carabiner, so I can already go ahead and clip myself in. For me, I like to kind of clip it in this orientation so that the handle's on the left, the beveled edge is on the right. So I can lock it right now because this button gets pushed down and that just opens, which is sweet. And this needs to be in the open position rather than the park position, because as you can see, as I put it into park, which is rotating it forward, this closes down and I won't be able to get the rope in there. So you've got to pull it into the open position. You see that open there. And then I'm going to load it. This has got some images going here for you. So towards the anchor, like that. And then shift that through there. If it's a little too tight to get the rope in there, chances are you've got the park on and you need to release it. Okay, then I'm going to test both of these. Got this locked. I can lean back on that. That's holding me there. I've got this here. I can take that in, load that, make sure that they're both going to engage. I'm locked here and here. So now what I'd like to do is approach my edge, which is back towards that truck there. And what I'm going to do on the left backup line is I'm just going to mind this rocker device, not holding it, because that will allow it to not do its job and catch, and I'll actually be able to just slide it back. So in a panic, you don't want to grab it. You want to mind it just by having your hand above and working it above like that. So I'll do that with that hand. With this hand, I'm not going to be using the lever in this case because we're not in a vertical setting. I'm not going to be able to probably even weight this entirely. So what I like to do is thumb on the bottom side, 3 fingers on this camming device, and that'll allow me to allow some friction through. Again, make sure that it's in the open position. And then I'll just start to walk backwards, slowly, holding this. Make sure that you tilt that forward. I know that's difficult. As you walk back. And keep an eye on what's behind you. Just kind of checking these things out, make sure that everything's running smooth. Okay. And then I'll go a little further. Okay, and we'll say that there's my edge. In this case, if you were going to go vertical from here, this is where things would change into using this lever, but we're not doing that. We're just checking things out, and then we're going to go back forward. So to do that, I'm going to have to manage both devices and the slack that I'm going to create by moving forward. This one I will just allow to sort of accumulate a little bit of slack, and then I'll pull in just like you would an ATC. And so with the D4, make sure again that it's in the open position, not in the park position. So I have it back here. That should be good. And I'm just going to pull, walk forward, pull, walk forward, and then I'll pull some slack out of this one as well. And you can help this, but the important trick is to just kind of go slow. about 2 steps seems to be a good time to switch over and pull the slack out of your back up here. You don't want to create too much slack in the system. And then you're back here.